Hi, it's Kevin May in the Phocuswright Studio. Delighted to be joined by Mea Thompson. You're the Director of Partnerships, Airalo.
Yes.
Based
hi.
in Singapore, you're in Sweden.
Yes.
So you're a young company. I mean, it's really young. I think one of the youngest that we've had here this week.
Yeah, it's true. We've been live now for 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've raised a modest amount of money.
We have.
1.8 last month, is that right?
It's around that, yeah. So
Okay.
we're backed up by Sequoia Capital, which is super exciting.
So how did you, frankly, how did you manage to get them to back you so quickly?
Yeah. Well, I think like any other investor out there, we had a lot of proposals. So we went through a startup program when we first started, and we did a massive pitch in front of a bunch of investors. And after that, we got a lot of offers, right? And Sequoia was one of them. And, they're such a great company, and we're so honored. So we couldn't say no.
Okay. An offer you can't refuse, as they say.
No,
Not that I'm comparing them to the mafia or anything like that. But so, eSIMs.
Yes.
So just give us your 1 minute. How does that work? Because I am one of the people that it says on here when you're carrying SIMs in your pocket when you go away.
Okay, so it's kind of simple, really. So in all the new modern devices, instead of just having a physical SIM slot, right, they've put in an eSIM, an embedded SIM card. This is a SIM card that you can configure over the air, right? So instead of inserting your physical SIM, you scan a QR code. Okay, so what we've done is that we've gone around the world and we've collected these QR codes onto the one platform. So if you are traveling to China, we've got a Chinese QR code, aka eSIM. So instead of you going to China and you purchase a physical SIM card, you use our app, get the QR code and scan it.
Okay.
Yeah, and the cool thing is when you've kind of scanned these QR codes or eSIMs, they get stored in your phone. So if you ever go back to China, let's say next year, you can just turn that eSIM back on, top it up through our app, and you're connected.
So is this a classic travel startup in that it was an idea that was born out of frustration of the founders?
I would say,
or was it something maybe a little bit deeper, dare I say it, than that?
No. So absolutely. Like the founders have worked with travel for a long time. They've worked with global SIM cards previously. They've worked with development. Myself, I'm from a telco background, right?
Okay.
And we realize as technology evolves and when working with physical global SIMs, we need to evolve as well. And then this opportunity came up with eSIM, and it's going to be a game changer on the market, right? Okay.
Back to the fundraising. I mean, what do you do with 1.8 million in funding initially?
We're looking to use this money that we raised mainly for marketing, right? Because this is a new technology. People don't really understand how it works.
Marketing to who? Consumers or to partners? Or
we work on both ways. So mainly we're trying to get people to get an understanding about how eSIM will revolutionize the travel industry, right?
Okay.
So and I think as a startup and you're trying to explain this new technology out to the masses, I think that's one of the struggles that we're kind of facing, and that's where the money definitely will go to, because we need to educate the market as well, not just present a brand, right? We need to educate them about a new solution that's available.
So partners, I'm assuming, are going to be probably airlines would be a natural one, right?
Absolutely. Airlines would be, a great partner of ours, any OTA. We're speaking to hotels right now. Any kind of company that's got a big group of travelers or a travel database. So
how does the business model work if you're working with, let's say, an OTA? Let's say someone from Booking.com here listens and go, this is terrific, and they come to your booth and say, let's talk, and you sign a deal. How's the business model going to work for them and for you?
It's super simple. They will say, okay, you are a customer of, let's say, my travel company. Go to Airalo.com, enter a voucher code, which can be your booking number, right? And you will get in-app credit to purchase an eSIM that you want. So speaking about value-add solutions, like that is a value-add solution that's not available out there right now. You can provide your customers with free data, right? Another way that we work with them is an affiliate model. And we can work with ancillary revenue. So anyone that you say, oh, we know that you're traveling to Mexico, right? Don't you want an eSIM for that? Because the cool thing about eSIM is that you can set it up before you actually get there. You can download it to your app, you just wait, and as soon as you go to Mexico, you turn it on and you're ready, right? So we work through affiliate models as well, where they get a commission for each purchase, initial and obviously ongoing top-ups as well.
So I suppose ideally you want to be in the booking flow of an airline when they're asking you for your seat selection or buy the hire car and things like that.
Absolutely, because we're trying to target people both with the right devices, because you need an eSIM compatible device, right?
Yep.
But we also try to target them at the right time as they're about to travel.
Yep.
And doing that in a booking flow with, let's say, an airline or an OTA, that's the perfect timing.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't involve any distribution, we can kind of provide this to the customer at any time, even if they're overseas, right?
Okay, so is there a B2C kind of strategy as well? And that's going to be harder though, because you could spend buckets of money on marketing there, and then you're up against other telcos, presumably.
There's no one out there that does what we do, right?
But I mean, just on that, if it's this great new technology, everyone's going to jump on it at some point. You're not going to have the market to yourself, right?
Absolutely, 100%. And I think the more noise that we're doing now, and with the funding that we raised, and they see the usage. So in the first 4 months that we've been live, we've had over 10,000 customers already using our services, and with 33% of them reusing these services, it's people are going to see this and then they want to kind of do the same. But we've gotten a head start. We've already created partnerships. We've got the coverage, globally. We are bringing on more and more partnerships on both the telco side, but on the travel side as well. So it's a booming market, absolutely.
How does it work because so many mobile operators now? I think of I'm with O2 in the UK, right?
Yeah.
And when I go to Europe and I come to here, the tariff is almost the same. I don't need to change a SIM card, potentially. But if I go to Singapore, it's a bit more different. So are you targeting, I guess, routes or types of trips solely, rather than the ones where clearly people can't be bothered to change the SIMs because the tariff is barely any different?
Absolutely. Like, certain markets are more important to us than others, right? Because the roaming rates in certain markets are a lot higher than in others. But because both the user flow of using Airalo is so simple, because you just scan a QR code, right? It's not that much effort to do it. And the pricing, even though like here in the US, you can get a $10 a day plan when you travel, that's $70 in a week, right? But but for $9, you can get unlimited data in Thailand if you use Airalo.
Right.
So it still is a big difference, even though, it might seem like little money, but for the everyday consumer that travels, 100%.
And I suppose if it's a business traveller, where they just expense it anyway, so the convenience of it is going to probably, I would imagine your market is perhaps going to lean towards business travellers rather than leisure traveller over time.
I think it's going to lean to both, because leisure travelers, they're the ones that's normally doing it. They do research about how to stay connected, right? And business travelers, they want the simplest way to stay connected. And as you said, they might not worry about, their roaming bill because it's getting charged to the company, but the companies worry about the roaming bill. So if we can and we got a corporate setup as well, and we're working with corporates right now that's using us.
Okay. Mea Thompson, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.